on. 3, 2, 1, transitioning over. You're live.
Hello.
Oh, we're on?
Yeah.
We're on.
We're on.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to Cleric Talk.
Yeah.
I am Cindy Munoz, also known as High Priestess 710.
And I'm Michael Gramling, the Bard Creative. And welcome to the show.
Yes.
It is another episode of Cleric Talk. We've had a very busy weekend.
Yeah.
So,
busy, but always fun.
So much fun. We've got a couple of things to start the show off. A couple of introductory reminders of things that are happening and going on. We've spoken a lot about collateral damage and the Kickstarter and the days. We actually have the day that the Kickstarter will be available and released.
Ooh, exciting.
That is going to be August 6th. It's going to be a 30-day kind of promotion trial. I mean, it's we're going to have videos. We did a segment where we played.
Yes, we did. That was always fun. I want to do it again.
Yeah, I think we're going to have Daniel on here a second time.
Oh, I hope so. He's so much fun.
He's so nice. We really enjoy having Daniel on.
We love you, Daniel.
Other than that, another person that we want to support is Fitzeagle, a viewer that has been with us since day one.
Very devoted. Thank you.
Yes. Fitzeagle has a Kickstarter, Dungeon Craft, that is going on. They have 37 days remaining. Dungeon Craft is dungeon tiles, artwork. They've got trees. It's a bunch of nice artwork to place on your battle map to kind of artfully and beautifully help tell the story that you're trying to run.
I can't wait to get my grubby little hands on some of them myself. Yes. I'm going to have to go on there and do my donation.
So check them out. They've got a video. They talk all about what they've got. I don't want to spoil everything, but it's beautiful. I'm a huge fan. They flip over and there's things, and so check them out. Other than that, we have 100 million Kickstarters. So there's C4 Labs.
Yes.
They've been working with us.
Fantastic.
Tirelessly. Shout out to Rachel.
Rachel, you go, girl. I love you.
Yes. So the Explorers Pack, we've mentioned a couple of times before, we'll actually be able to show you guys beginning of August. Mm-hmm. The exact day hasn't been scheduled, but the month has, which is this August. Which today, what day is today?
Today is...
It's July. It's the 16th.
The 16th.
So we have less than 2 weeks before a lot of things are about to happen.
A lot of things are about to happen. I'm trying to slowly digest everything, because if I let it all flow the way it's coming at me, I think I'll lose my mind.
Well, so coming up, we've got Gen Con. So something cool about Gen Con.
Yes.
You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
What are you doing at Gen Con?
I'm going to be hosting some of these streams and interviewing people. And then I just got told that I will be able to be on a couple panels. I get to do a live game with Maze Arcana, Judy Rutenberg.
Judy Rutenberg?
Yes.
He's a friend.
A great friend. He's such an awesome guy. I love him. And he also has me on there, and it's like some character creation workshop type of deal. So it's pretty exciting. I'll have some more in like the next week, some more information about it.
Because this is news to me. Like, I haven't been told about all of this. Like, you're going to do a character creation panel.
Everything is just coming at me a little like bits at a time as they're releasing some of the stuff to me and letting me know like what I can come and help with. And I am so grateful to be coming and helping with that, because that not only is a lot of things going to be my first time, but it's my first time at Gen Con.
That's exciting. I haven't gotten to Bay. I haven't got. It's renowned. Gen Con's a really big convention where they usually release a lot of new and exciting D&D shenanigans and whatnot.
Well, and I know we're going to be having some fun on the game, and I really do hope that who I get to bring out, I'm hoping I get to bring her out, is Esperanza.
Yeah.
Because she's just, I think that she's just needed everywhere.
It's one of my, So Cindy has a handful of characters, and Esperanza is one of my personal favorites.
A lot of people. I hate to toot my own horn with her, but she was such a hard work in development, and she was, honestly, I knew when I first played that out of all the races, when I read all the books at the time, that I knew I had to have a tabaxi. I was like, it's a cat, and they're cool cats, and where are they from? Mestica and Chol, and it's like, oh, and all that Spanish flair, and I am Cuban and Colombian. Mm-hmm. So, and I do speak fluently Spanish. That was my first language, mixed in with some English.
That's right. We'll talk about this, but they're Cindyisms.
Yes, there is Cindy. I'm sure no one has to talk about it.
We have to speak about it.
Everyone will experience it throughout the streams. We already know this.
That's fair.
But Esperanza is who I'm hoping I get to pull out of my repertoire of different characters.
That's great. I love playing with Esperanza. She's a great character to kind of just have in the party, and very creative, and you get to bounce stuff off.
She's a good icebreaker.
Yes.
She's great.
It's that one, and then I also like your druid. I don't remember your druid's name.
Which druid?
The Ninja Turtles druid.
Oh, her name escapes me, but I know that she's like a drow druid who somehow and she despises herself because everybody else hates her, but she loves animals, and she falls in love with a turtle.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you are beautiful. And she is the sweetest thing ever.
Yes.
She is really sweet. She's a good girl. When I remember the name, I'll blurt it out. But yeah.
Speaking of all that, so we've got so that was Gen Con.
Gen Con.
We also have the Midsummer Renaissance Fair coming up in August.
Which Gen Con is during the same weekend as the first Renaissance Fair. So I personally will not be at the first weekend of Renaissance Fair because I will be somewhere else in the United States.
You'll be out there.
I'll be out there. But you guys will be here to kick it off.
Yes. Me. In charge of it all. I can see my name in roughly chalked out chalkboard.
And banners of fabric and paint.
Yes. And I believe, I think we're going to stream. We're going to compete. I'm going to stream some things on my phone, and it's going to be a huge competing factor.
It's fine. I'm okay with that.
Good. So this is a great chance for you guys to not only you can follow all the things going on at Gen Con, you can also check out the Cleric crew at Midsummer. And you're going to be, so it's 3 weeks, the first 3 weekends.
Yes.
Is Midsummer.
Which I will be coming back home, getting a couple days worth of rest.
Yes.
And getting my happy ass ready with my costumes and all.
Yes.
So I can head out to the Red Fair for the last 2 weekends.
Yes. Although there's another overlapping event that we're doing.
There is, which I will not be attending, but the Cleric will be, and I believe you might be intermediate, or are you going to stick with me, and then we're going to send Benobi over there? I guess that's to be determined in the next couple weeks, but I will be permanently set at Renaissance Fair on the last weekend while you guys are at Dragonfly doing 24-hour gaming.
Oh my goodness. So we are ambitious, and one of the things that we have decided, we're trying this. We're doing a charity event. It's a 24-hour multi-epic bonanza of Dungeons and Dragons at Dragonflight. I believe we're starting Saturday morning and ending Sunday morning, 24 hours.
Yeah.
I can tell time.
Yes, you can. It's okay.
So good at it. So Dragonflight's coming in the last weekend. Mm-hmm. And then we get a break. We get to take a nap.
If that's what you call it. I don't know. You're a dad. I'm a mom. I don't think we really get those.
That's fair. And then
you got a dog.
Yeah.
There's bee stings, you know what I mean? So you never know. Unpredictability, you know what I mean?
Side note, is the Ahsoka doing better?
The bee sting went down, right?
Yeah, it finally went away.
Okay, good. We're glad. Went away, guys.
But the other thing we have coming up is PAX West. We're all gonna be there. We're gonna be doing nonsense. You're doing some adminning.
Katie's right. It is Leona. Katie, I told you I was gonna blurt it out. The Drow Druid.
Oh, Leona! Okay,
Leona.
thank you.
Yes, thank you, Katie.
I remember this now.
That's why she needs your, because you don't remember anything.
I don't know.
And she's got it all.
She should be painting. Are you, Katie? Are you painting? She should be painting right now. But yeah, then we've got PAX coming up. That'll be a weekend of more DM air conditioning. That's what I'm thinking about it, because midsummer is going to be hot.
Yes.
If you're going, come to the booth. Come to Cleric Games for two reasons. One, D&D, and two, we have free shade.
Yes.
We just give out shade, just free shade. Shade for you, shade for me, shade for Kenobi-san, shade for everyone. Shady, just shady place.
It is.
And we have seats.
Well, throw shade all the time.
Yeah, we just sling out shade.
The good kind of shade, not the shady shade.
Not the shady shade. I remember last year to help bring people in.
Katie is multitasking.
Of course she is.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I left and she had baby and paints, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, then so she's triple tasking.
She's quadruple tasking.
That is a woman.
Because she's also helping me remember things. But yeah, so there's free shade.
Yes. And I mean, there's things to look at.
Yes.
You can watch if you'd like. You don't have to participate in gaming at the moment, but once you see the modules that are being played, I think you will be enticed to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have plans for some high tier play tables and some stuff.
Yeah.
But all of that's going to come later. Let's get on to the next part of the show. The weekend. Where were
Our
we?
weekend.
Yes. What did we do?
If I could remember.
That's what I'm trying to do too.
After all the ale and mead that was consumed.
The last thing I remember.
I think it was the Northwest Pirate Festival.
Yes.
Woo-wee.
It was their first year this year.
Yes.
I had a blast. I had a
great time. We had we had almost the Ren Fair set up.
Yes.
For our camping situation.
Yes.
So we had the tent and everything, so it was nice in the bed.
Do you know the dimensions of the tent?
I think it was like 8 by 10 or something.
No, it's like 20 by 40.
My tent? Or wait, which tent?
No, the gaming tent.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. You should know after setting it up by yourself.
Oh.
I'm sure it is like engraved in your head. It's like probably like the Lego movie when like they're seeing the numbers, you're seeing colors. And you're like jumping around and like putting them together, right? That's what I imagine at least when I come and see.
That's exactly what was happening, in fact. The sound effects and everything. There was like
you're a little wild style,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't me just like bent over trying to fit holes in So Thurston County Fairgrounds is where it was at.
Yeah.
It was a nice location. It wasn't a huge place.
Yes.
But it was cute and it was adorable. It was very well themed, very well decorated.
Yeah. So I had my first day of the weekend. I had like this cute like little top that was like a tube top with like the rope. It looked like rope from the ships, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like an Asian inspired little ninja pants that came up too that were that showed my ankles, and they were high waisted. They were really cute. And then the next weekend, or the next day, I had a long hair with gold freckles, this fantasy type of,
really liked the gold freckles. The gold freckles were great. I did too.
But with all this said, after going to Pirate Festival and learning about a different time period, correct me if I'm wrong, the Jajorian? Jajorian?
I think that's too many G's. I think it's Georgian.
Georgian?
Wait.
The Georgian? See, there's a Cindyism. Jajorian.
Georgian.
I read it, okay?
Yes.
And I'm pronouncing it Georgian.
There we go.
Okay, that is
You got it. ¿Yo qué?
Mire, yo no sé cómo decirlo, pero te lo trato, okay?
Look. No habla español.
I try, okay?
I try.
But the Georgian period is the period of like the powdered wigs and the white faces, and we learned that the more the richer you were, the whiter your face was.
Yeah.
I need this get up now. I have an inspiration now to do this, and we got invited to go to the brothel.
Oh yes.
Oh, like I wish we could have gone. We couldn't accept because we were so busy.
Yeah.
At the tavern.
No, we were busy working, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
But with that being said, I'm so inspired. I want to do this now.
I'm a huge fan. So the Georgian period is also around. They called it the Golden Age of Piracy.
Yes. That's
kind of that's 1714 to about 1830 something, 37ish.
Yes.
And that was there's a lot of the history during this time period is really fun to read. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of risque. It was involved during this time period.
It's very inspirational. The fashion of it's really fun.
Yes, like that
big
whole
wig.
Yes, that whole like with the French like vibe. You know what I mean?
I love it's commonly very hoity-toity and like
yes, but that's the best part because you can like totally like amp it up and you're there. Yeah. You're there. You're like doing it. You know what I mean? It's like totally like be dramatic with it, and you could. I mean, that's it. That's what they were like.
It was fantastic. I loved all of the characters that they had walking around. We got to sit and chat with a handful of some of the actors that were there. That it was this being their first year and like how they kind of got into character. They loved it.
Some of the girls that we met that were dressed in such dressings of the sort were dangerous curs. It was their first day.
Yeah.
It was the last day of the fair.
Yes.
It was their first day of doing it. They just met each other on Thursday, and it was like this like slightly scripted improv. My face was hurting.
I cried.
I was crying.
I cried.
I mean, I wish we had pictures and recordings, but at this point of the day, it was like the end of the day, and we had forgot our cell phones were dying and are dead.
During the whole day, we had no electricity over the weekend. We did have running water, which was the blessing.
Hey, that's all that matters.
And working bathrooms.
It's nice to disconnect, honestly, but it kind of sucks for purposes of like getting to show you guys.
My favorite, it was the two, and then it was Igor. It was their helper that walked around.
Oh, yeah, they're like kind of sex slave. You know?
A little bit, yeah, but
she was precious though. Yeah. She was awesome, and like the whole like setup was great. I mean, they were hilarious. We were able to get you and the cleric up there as the Larrys. What? So who are you gonna put on blast right now?
So first up, their show, they would bring on an audience member.
Yes, they would.
And they would punish them on the stage. That was the whole.
They would make them do ridiculous tasks that they knew that they would fail
to atone for their misdealing,
for some sort of sin. Remember that they had to atone for, and they had to announce what the sin was.
One of them was lavender. For the color lavender, the worst of the colors. You must atone. All the way to like murder and being a bad tipper. All of these things were awful things. But they would bring people on stage.
Yeah.
And we managed to get the head honcho, the corn dog himself, the cleric on stage.
Yes. Who hates to be put on blast for these type of things. He hates and loves it. You know what I mean? But he did such a good. I mean, it was.
They dressed him up with extra clothes, and he had to dance, and it was a riot. I cried.
He even put me under his skirt.
I know, that was the best part.
Do you remember what his sin was atoning for?
Not spending enough time with his wife. And they were like, that is as bad as murder!
It was Fantastic.
Yes. They had a paddle and a whip. Oh, it was wild.
And then what did you get atoned for?
Well, it was less than that. First off, shout out to Danny Morales. This dude. So they're like, oh, is there anyone else we want to bring on stage? And I don't know who pointed me out. But someone had pointed me out, and then they were like, only for $10. And immediately, this guy was like, I got it right here. Boom, in the hat.
They got a total of $14 for you, remember?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I've never made that much.
Because the Cleric put out 2.
Did he?
Yes, and then some other guy had another $1, and another dude, I think it might be more, because I think another dude had 6 in it.
Oh, I remember.
Danny's like, I got 10.
I remember one of the gentlemen that was pulled up on stage, like, donated the money, and it was like, every Larry for himself.
Yes!
That was very crisp and clean.
Yeah.
But yeah, they pulled me on stage. I committed no sins. I was innocent.
Katie, I'm sure she could beg to differ.
And I had the weirdest punishment.
What was your punishment?
I'll tell you that in confessional.
All right.
It was
put a
great.
pin in it.
We'll put a pin in it. Moving forward, so the fair also had things like food, which was great. I got to see the pickle peddler, and I got a pickle every day, and it was lovely.
Yeah, I think I saw you each time with your daily pickle.
I did. Pickle in hand.
Pickle in hand.
They're delicious. They are so
I did
good.
not have any pickles, but you know what I did have? Meat pie. Meat pies. I had meat pies, and they were delicious. And God, if I could have woken up to eat a meat pie this morning, I would have woken up to eat a meat pie. Katie's pissed because she missed the punishment.
But I don't even think I told her.
So we're trying to help get them at the Renaissance Fair by putting in a good word.
Yes, we have a couple of people we need to speak to.
And hope that they come, because we really think they're hilarious and
we need to demand their attendance, and then we actually might...
so that Katie can come and see.
So, they may make an appearance, which would be lovely, and I really want everyone to meet them.
Me too.
I'm a huge fan of their comedy. I was very happy with the show.
They were very sweet but firm.
Oh, they were just firm the whole time.
I'm lucky they were nice.
Yes. No comment. Moving forward, there was food, there was music. One of my favorite things. Okay, so where our tent was in location to everything else, we had a mermaid next to us. We had a photo op booth where you could go in and take photos with. And do you remember the pirate dressed in red?
Terrifying.
He was so cool.
He was super cool but terrifying. I mean, it was really well done.
There was it was an undead pirate from the fires of hell. And you got to take pictures. They had a whole bunch of props for you to take. Or to use in your photo. It was
really cool.
Yeah, it was a great design. I'm a huge fan.
It was their first year, too. Did you know that?
Yes.
I learned that during the weekend. I said, wow, what a great, what's the word I'm looking for? What a great put together, through the whole fair, and, how many people showed up for his first event.
Yes.
What? The outcome.
It was
a
great
outcome.
My favorite was, because as I was setting up, and they were sitting next to us, so I was like, oh, howdy, neighbor. And they were like, it's only you here. And I'm like, maybe. I got sunburnt. I'm recovered.
You did.
But in any case, I talked to them a little bit about their setup and everything, and I really like it, and I hope to see them coming up soon, too. They might attend Midsummer.
Yeah.
Should be cool. I
mean, and we even at our table, we got a bunch of new little ones that played with their dads. Yes. It was great.
We have,
a little guy. He was little, and dad was like, okay, you're going to want this size. This is what this, I was almost in tears. It was precious.
At the Epic, their table commander was the little child, and like he was the one that was calling all the shots.
The one with the earrings, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, that kid he knew what was up. He came to me and he was schooling me. I was like, yes. He was like maybe a year or two older than my son, than Zeke, and I was just like, oh my God.
He was a cool kid.
I mean, he was awesome. He was on it, and he was all about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so. And then a lot of these people are like, "Oh, you're going to be at a Renaissance fair," and a lot of them are going to come out just to be able to play the games.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that the modules are based in Merriwick, you know, and all that kind of stuff. I think people are really excited about that.
Yes. On that topic, we've been invited to a couple other festivals. It's still in the works.
Yes.
But you may start to see Cleric games in Oregon and California.
Yes.
This upcoming year. We were invited to California for another pirate festival. But this is the week in between Midsummer, Dragonflight, and PAX. So it would have been like, you know, we finish all of this stuff and then we would pack up and then go to California and then come back. It's just a lot, a little sudden. So we won't be there this year.
No, it's things that it is sudden, but if planned out properly, it can happen. Mm-hmm. And it will next year happen.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that.
Because we will, and that's exciting. And these pirate festivals tend to be a little bit more adult geared.
So while we learned a new game.
It's exciting, you know. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I don't know.
It's nice. It's cool.
Like
we learned a new game, Tablero. If you don't know what this is, check it out. If you're 21 and up, or if you're younger than that, you can still use candy. It doesn't matter your age. I take it all the way back. Here's a great game for you and your family to play.
But if you are 21 and older, you want to play our way.
So no big spoilers. Next week, we're going to have a Tablero Ask Me Anything stream.
Yes.
So this is going to be we're gonna teach you the game. We're gonna play the game. And
we will be using
water.
No.
Apple juice.
Apple
sauce.
We'll be using the same thing.
The same thing?
You know.
Oh, the tasty water I have every day.
So the more we play, the more we'll be open to answer those questions honestly.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Tablero is awesome. It's really fun. So we have a handful of people that we need to thank for the weekend. We need to thank all of our DMs.
Oh, all of our DMs. You guys are freaking awesome. Of the whole admin crew, all the girls that helped out. I mean, you ladies and you Jets, without you guys, like, we couldn't pull the crazy special.
We couldn't pull anything off.
I want to say the bad word because it's just, I have that much
passion. You have so much passion.
Yes, so much for it. You know what I mean? I mean, we have Audrey, Jeff, Zent, Amber, Lee, Danny, DT, Manny, Michelle, Sebastian, Steven, the Cleric.
Yeah.
He was a trooper.
He was.
He was a trooper. The Cleric wore his full black gown and full metal armor all day long in the heat, whereas I had a wig on, and at like 3 hours before everything was over, I was like, this thing needs to come off. And he was a trooper. He kept it on. I mean,
doing it. He's doing it.
That's crazy.
A couple of special mentions.
Oh, we gotta thank Ben too for sending us constant reminders to remember to take pictures.
So Kenobi wasn't able to attend. You had a wedding.
A wedding of the bestie.
However, you reminded us to take photos. Which have we shown those yet?
He's been showing them throughout the stream.
Awesome. So without Ben, those probably wouldn't have happened. So big thanks to Ben. Big thanks to Cindy for being Cindy.
Big thanks to you for taking my camera and taking a lot of those photos. Big thanks to Mikey for covering my butt for me to go get wasted.
Oh yeah, I did. I set up
setting up the tent. That was gonna be in my confessional about like how amazing.
Don't spoil it. You can talk about me later.
Oh well.
Other big mentions. Big thanks to DT for coming out and adminning the epic that we had on Sunday. It was a little bit messy. However, DT made it work, and we're a huge,
Yeah, DT, thanks so much for coming out, man, and dressing snazzy and
the gold shirt.
The gold shirt just set the whole feel for the entire thing off.
It was money. It was money the moment you walked on scene. Big mentions to Danny. He printed out the maps for the epic.
Yeah, Danny helped do all the digital fixings.
Yes.
So that we can have the maps available for the epic.
So that was amazing. So thank you, Danny, for that. Also DMing all weekend. That was fantastic. I gotta say to Audrey, Michelle, and Amber, the three of you were kind of our
my beautiful
promoters.
Sea creatures of the lovely ocean of life.
Yeah.
You bring so much color to Cleric games. Like seriously,
the cosplays you guys put together were phenomenal. I loved them. Everyone
Audrey
in the
outdid
fair loved
herself.
them. Oh yes, the sea elf was
and then
a huge
Mushi,
one.
Amber had a costume for Mushi.
Yes.
He was dressed up like a shark, and so Audrey was able to be like, "Oh, my familiar," and it just was such a perfect fit. It was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Amber was a mermaid at the admin table for a little while. That was amazing.
She had a fin.
Yes.
A full-on fin with her legs up and everything.
Yes.
And it was like all like she couldn't move.
I should be like, "Do you want some water?" No, I'm fine. Are you sure? I'm a little parched.
She was okay at a water mermaid. You know what I mean? She's like, water. I don't need no stinking water.
I don't need no stinking water.
And then tougher than that.
And then I have to thank Michelle for keeping them all under control. And
Michelle,
backbone
to just the craziness.
Yes. So thank you guys for going out and really like bringing people into the tent and being yourselves, and it was amazing. And there was food. And there's just a lot of help from the three of you, and thank you so much. We need to thank another big...
Oh, yeah. Cleric says, big shout out to Con Mom Lee. Definitely Lee.
Yes.
Without Lee, so much shit could have gone wrong. So, like, Lee went and got our fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Lee got me this knee brace that I got on right now underneath here that, like, I've been wearing nonstop after my knee injury.
Big shout outs to Lee.
And the food, he's constantly feeding and making sure none of us go thirsty.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Lee, we love you so much. Thank you so much for your help too.
It was a good morning alarm clock for me. I knew the day was going to be a good day whenever I heard his voice outside my tent.
Yes.
Oh,
look on the picture. It's a little delayed probably, but look at it. We got Audrey and DT in there.
Yeah.
It was so great.
So, our tables were relatively full throughout the entire weekend. Which you'll kind of see. These are just a couple of snapshots of people playing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a huge blast. But I have more people to thank. The Zent, he's been a DM that has gone. I don't think he's ever missed a single convention we've been to.
No, he has been like.
He's been to every single one.
He's been the DM on it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean.
So.
He's punctual.
Yes.
He knows his shit. He's ready to go if you have to have him on standby.
Yep.
I mean, he's awesome.
He had a great cosplay, although I think that's just his normal attire.
That's him.
Yeah. I need to go grocery shopping for a gallon of milk. Black leathers, knives and swords and scary things.
And when the mask comes on sometimes.
I like the mask.
The mask.
Yes. I mean, thank you. He's been there every time.
Yes.
And it's been fantastic.
Yeah. I want to give a big shout out to C4 Labs. You know why?
Why?
Because their stuff on our table makes us look so good.
I have some other things.
Yeah. Can we show? I would
In
love.
a minute.
I want to.
Not just yet.
Okay.
I want to save it. I want to save it.
Excited.
We're gonna put a pin in that one too.
Okay.
I have some stuff we could show you. Some things.
Okay.
So big ups to everyone. Oh, another big ups to Zulu Board Game Cafe. There are distributors. They help us out. They do play tests. They do all sorts of amazing things at their property.
Yes.
They're very supportive.
And they're building it up, and it looks like they're making it into like a castle on the outside.
Yes.
I mean, he's going big, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's going pretty epic. I can't wait for us to do some like stuff out of there.
Yeah.
And like if you're out of town and you come to visit in Washington and you're like in the Seattle area, take a quick little drive down and try the food. And he has mead and ale. I mean, woo!
Surprising note, you can Grubhub Zulu's food.
Can you really?
Yeah, you can. You can Grubhub their food.
So good.
So that's exciting.
I mean, it's delicious food. Their chicken tenders are pretty out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is their poutine fries.
The poutine fries.
The poutine.
I like the Chimera burrito. It's pretty tasty. It's a little spicy.
Poutine fries, man, is like just a good upgrade. That's
fair.
why I like it.
That's fair.
It's good.
Let's see.
Just a big shout out to Jinx and Tank.
Oh, right.
Jinx and Tank.
So,
they were great hosts. They walked around and she helped me with sales and she was awesome. And Tank, I mean, they're some characters.
Yes.
I love them.
We are working on a fun little playful way to kind of advertise the Cleric Games tent. Jinx is gonna run around and stab people and give them wounds. And then it'll say something along the lines of,
go visit the cleric?
Yeah, you've been critically wounded. Visit the cleric to receive healing.
Oh, I love it.
So
she would, as a rogue, go around just secretly stabbing people and critically wounding them, because she is a pretty high-leveled rogue, I'd have to say.
She has other cosplays where she's a sorceress and things of that nature, and she's gonna get.
In real life, she's a druid.
In real life.
She is a druid in real life. She takes care of all the furry creatures.
All of the furs.
All the furry creatures. She's so sweet.
Yes, we are a fan of the Jinx.
Yes.
And Tank. Thank you for showing up as well.
Yeah, Tank. It was my first time meeting Tank.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was a cool dude.
Yeah, super cool dude.
Yeah.
I liked him. I can't wait to see more of him and Jinx coming out to the events with us. You know? I mean, they're very well seasoned with the Renaissance fairs. You know, like it's not like it's their first rodeos or anything like that. They're well known throughout the community too. Mm-hmm. So, it's nice to have them part of the addition of the Cleric Games family. Thank you, guys.
Speaking of people that have kind of come and supported us that I spaced on was the Fur Trader, aka the Fairy Catcher.
Fun.
Do we know his name? The Fairy Catcher, the Fur Trader. In the meantime, this gentleman is like 20 feet tall, dresses amazingly, and throughout the whole this is my favorite.
This one, he was way more like mountaineering man too than he was the like fairy catcher, which was a cool, complete different look for him. It was fantastic.
I loved it. He had a little cart with furs on it, and he would come by your tent, and he'd try to sell his wares to the people. But my favorite thing was that little kids. He would put little kids on this tiny little cart and cart them around the fair.
Like you traded them for fur or something.
Yeah. Oh my God. I loved that.
And they would just ride on there just messing with him the whole time.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I love the banter they would have.
There was good banter this time too for the Pirate Fest. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people like being super like loud. Like I mean, it really felt like you were like on a
you were at Black Sand Bay.
Yes, like it was fantastic. Like you were there, and I don't know, it was very merging.
I loved it. It was great. The captains would come by and try to win our favors with gifts and invitations to the brothels, which we didn't go to.
No.
No.
I'm sad.
Would never go there anyways.
I would.
I
don't lie.
So all of that was beautiful and amazing. The people there are incredible. And I'm gonna segue into our Midsummer Renaissance Fair CCC that we've been working on developing, and we're gonna be releasing.
We've been play testing like crazy. Shout out to Lo for working her ass off on that and getting people together at Meeples.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Meeples for allowing us to do some of our play tests through Lo out there. And we've been getting some amazing, amazing feedback. And there are some ironing out that's going on. And I think it's going along quite nicely.
I think it's gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be great. And I think it's just gonna get better from there too, because there's gonna be so much like feedback from it that I think we're just gonna improve it every time and make it even cooler, you know? And we plan on having printouts and all kinds of cool stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be fun.
Well, word has gotten out to the coordinators at these fairs, and all of them have come to us and told us that they want to be a part of the adventure. And so we are working on these huge collabs with some of these amazing vendors and performers at these at the fairs, at the Ren fairs that we've gone to.
Shout out to Melanie, like the queen of all. Like, you can parade the Queen of England all you want out there, but the true queen is backstage with the headset, the hat, and the sunglasses, with the walkie-talkie telling everybody what to f***ing do.
Melanie, big up.
She's the queen.
She's been the ace in our corner at these events.
And we made sure that she is definitely an NPC in our stories, because she had to be.
Yeah, she's the forefront NPC.
She is who ultimately runs Merriwick. And now Black Sands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's got her crew. We got Shauna, we got Melissa, we got all these other great people.
Yeah.
But
also
Melanie,
shout out to Wendy, campground coordinator.
Shauna too. I mean, everybody, you know, all of them. But Melanie is the queen of them all. She ultimately at the very top of that chain, and we had to make sure she was in there. You know, so we're glad that we can develop. And like I said, the more we get to know this and like become this family, which it really does feel like a family, the more we get to really like incorporate everybody. So it's like, then it really, I think, for the player and the adventurer that comes to like visit, it becomes even more of immersion, because if they're either really like, they know the area and they know the people of the fair, or even if they know the people of the fair, sitting there and getting to hear it is going to be great for them. People that don't, as they're playing, and then they go and learn more about the fair, it becomes exciting, I think. Because then they're like, oh, I remember. Oh my gosh, I remember. And I want people to get that feeling from our stories, you know? And I'm really proud of you guys for working on that. You, Lo, Ben, and everybody that's Amy, everybody, Danny, everyone that's putting in some sort of like say and help in it. I mean, it's gonna be awesome, but it's gonna get even better every time, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it.
Every week we try to do better.
Isn't that what it's about? That's what it's about. It's about doing good and then reaching out for even further, you know?
Big dreams, big hearts, big talent, big hair. Can we take a moment to talk about your hair? Can you tell me like what happened this morning? I love the hair. What happened this morning that made you decide to put on that hair today?
I have after the injuries and everything like that, I haven't really been able to do much on my own. And today happened to be one of the first days that I was able to really do a lot with my hands and standing for a little bit longer, that I was like, you know, we're going to do something special. And I decided, I haven't done my little rockabilly kind of look in a long time, so I felt,
looks good
to visit that. And with the colors and everything, I kind of wanted to like give it this like
some stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. You like it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm jealous. I'm going to get my hair like that.
We can work on that.
I'm on the way, dude. So, and then let's see. Back to my amazing list of preparedness. We have. So I guess we can talk a little bit about C4 Games and our merchandise.
Yeah.
So we played games.
Yes.
You guys saw pictures of us playing games.
Yes. They saw pictures also of the table, the vendor table.
Yes.
Which, you know, we keep it small, but we keep it sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's the essentials. You know, you need your books.
You need your books.
You need your dice. You need your minis.
Yeah.
And then most importantly, now this whole new, thing that has now emerged within the world of RPG and most of all D&D are these wonderful, show them, please, Michael.
So the first thing I have to show is a dice tower. Now this is something you don't usually see in the wild. Okay, this is it's a little timid creature. Ben, I need dice. Do
you have dice? We're getting some dice.
So C4 Labs builds a lot of amazing bits and pieces.
Pause.
What do you mean pause?
Daniel just wrote a message.
What did he say?
He wrote,
I am jelly that I didn't get to do my hair up.
This is the second time I haven't clued you into what's going on with wardrobe, right?
So you'll call me.
Last week was for pirates. Came up all dressed up, and you were like, and then today I came in all
You'll hit me up and be like, is it all?
I don't know. Daniel M was wondering if we could give a shout out to this weekend and the 27th for the charity event.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Before we go to site.
No, we'll do this. We'll put a pin in it. There are more charity events.
We'll get
we
to
need
it,
to talk about.
We will get to it, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny
and I stayed up super late one night, and we talked until the cows. But we were super loud, and we got told.
So we were told. I hope you bring earplugs because it does get loud really late. And Mikey and Danny challenged that and got told to shut the up.
I blame it on the OJ.
I was a good girl and I went to bed at the right time. I was the only one who woke up with no hangover. It was lovely.
We're all hanging out, and the next thing you know, someone's trying to hand over fist hot dogs into my mouth.
Oh, that's right. I was the queen of feeding the crew that night. I made everyone hot dogs. We had a skillet thing.
We did.
We had not a skillet.
No, it was a
stovetop.
Yeah.
I couldn't get one side to work. I got one, but the other side I did.
Good.
And then I had a cookie sheet because we forgot pots and pans.
Yeah.
And I said, it was
clever.
LA street hot dogs. You know what I mean? With
the
cookie sheet and the heat underneath it. And I was like, with the hot dogs. I even toasted your bun.
I know. That was out of everything that has happened, that was the most surprising thing, was that it came on a toasted bun. I was like, oh, wow.
With a little mayonnaise, because I think there was nothing else but mayonnaise, right?
You don't even know about the mayonnaise.
Whoa, what about the mayonnaise?
This is Jeff. Oh, we need to thank Jeff for the store run that we
You and Jeff went for a store run and were gone for a very long time.
And most of that's my fault. But we went to a grocery market dressed appropriately as a pirate and another pirate. And I was starving. I hadn't eaten yet. And so I had gotten a pound of cold cut meat.
Oh, I remember hearing vaguely about this story.
And then I was like, oh, I can't just eat a pound of cold cut meat without something. And so I was like, oh, mayonnaise. And so it was bad.
Yeah, Mikey. You guys were gone for so long eating cold cut.
It was without Jeff, I probably would have stayed there way longer.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff seems to be the life preserver for most people that get intoxicated. He's kind of always there to be like, and pull everybody back a little bit.
Jeff did remind us. So it got loud. We were talking super loud. They were like, hey, do you hear that? And the place, everyone was asleep. We're like, oh yeah, we're being super loud. Jeff was the one that was like, guys, you're being super loud. And so we kept moving and moving and moving and moving until finally we're basically outside of the fair, far from civilization, just like talking. But thank you, Jeff. We're gonna need you for Midsummer.
I believe we're getting them. Him and Audrey are coming.
Yeah, there's a poll for a
RV
thing.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Which is clever. Holy cow.
But back to C4.
Yes.
Back to C4.
C4. So here we go. We brought a very rare and unseen creature of the wild. Is it in frame? I gotta lift it up. Okay. Thank you, Kenobi-san. So here, hold this. I'm gonna grab the other thing. So C4 Labs, this is their high-tech dice tower.
The most popular one was the Dragonstone. It looks like, it looks like Castle Grayskull.
It does.
It's all like rock, stony, and it's black with like dark wooding inside. It's beautiful.
So we had, all of this is laser cut and assembled at their place here in Tacoma. But we had a variety of dice towers that were really popular. This is, again, their high-tech one. And then along with that, some of the other things that we brought were dice trays. This is one of my favorites.
That was a party tray, right? Is that what this was called?
They don't really have a good name for this one, other than like Simon Says dice tray, because of the 4 colors.
Oh my god.
So one thing that I'm a huge fan of with C4 Labs is the way that they're designing all of their products is that it's universal. So the dice tray, you can take the bottom off. The dice tower fits on all of their trays. Everything is modular and designed. I like the hand thing.
I grew up during a certain era.
So here you can show this one. I like this one. This one was super popular.
Yes, this one and the one I got is I wish I had mine to show off.
Yeah.
Mine is really nice. Mine has a leather like that on the bottom, and then it's got it's printed with that silver inking, and it's got the runes on it, like the rune markings.
Oh, is that the Norse tray?
Yes.
The Norse tray.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm a huge fan of it.
And then this one's really pretty too. This would be like my second choice. No, the other one I really like is the Eclipse that has like the crescent moon to hold your dice in it. And then there's with the different phases of the moon with like the trees. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty one.
Is that one coming through pretty well? Not too sure. So on that tray, there's a map. There's a tiny little squid monster, and there are mountains, and there's water, and a compass.
There's a giant squid.
That's my favorite.
Yes.
I like the designs.
He's so cute.
So
and scary.
You're scary.
Well, I like this because look you have little places to put your dice in while you're having it at the table, so it's all like organized. That one's got a lot bigger space. But that's like if you're like bringing out like the monster, like all your dice and big dice and stuff, you know.
If you're what now?
Your monster dice.
Sorry, one more time.
Your monster dice.
You monster toys. So we got to bring out some C4 Labs gear. They have a variety of other products. It's all fantastic. It's really fun. I realized that I also brought out dice to roll down the dice tower. I didn't do that.
Do it really quick because it's so much fun. You got to put it. Can we put it up to the microphone so they can hear it too?
Yeah, we're gonna have.
You got to hear it. It's like.
We gotta hope that there's no gunfire going off.
It's the gamer version of ASMR.
Do you want them to hear it or see it?
Hear it first, and then they can see it.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Well, with your hands, like you have to be super silent. You have to illustrate the dice going down the tower.
What, like?
Yeah, but super silent. Another one. One more.
One more.
Did that? I mean that.
It's got to give you the tingle.
It was scintillating.
It's the tingle.
I could feel it down my back.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah, Daniel says one more time.
One more. I'm gonna do a drop and then a drop, so it'll be like da. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm
ready.
All right. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Hold on. What do they do? The noise.
Do it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We can't do ASMR stuff anymore.
No. I'm bad at it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, get this out of here.
All right, wait. We gotta show it now. All right, so here. So this, out of all seriousness,
I'll hold
it's very appealing also to watch. So.
Done this. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. So we had the dice towers out and everything, and the littlest kids would come by, and they would spend the whole time there just rolling the dice down the towers. We had handfuls and handfuls of all of the assorted dice, and it was
one kid attempted to use a rock, and I was like,
No, I didn't catch anyone who tried to use a rock.
Oh, dude, this kid was so curious. He wanted to stick everything in there.
Yeah.
Stop it! I'm in public.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Moving on.
Forward now. How are we in the chat? The chat's fine?
I don't know. Chat's fine.
Does this need to do a refresh?
I don't know. I need to do a refresh.
Story of my life.
Oh God.
Oh, it's blank.
Yeah, now it is after a refresh.
Don't look at me like, hold on a second. Listen, that's not, I didn't know that was going to happen. Or did I? All right, let's bring it back in.
Yeah.
From the ASMR, from the dice towers, from the things. This weekend is a charity event.
Yes, out in Zulus, correct?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
So this is being hosted by our good friend Danny.
Yes.
How many tables?
Danny.
Ben, I need some help. I got myself fried from ASMRing all over the table.
Yeah, my brain's just like melted from all the tingles.
Yes.
The tingles got me.
So I know.
Definitely not the dab that I took.
Oh, one of these, bam!
Sure, that's what it was.
What else could it be?
Mikey, you know me better.
I thought I did.
I thought I did.
So we are doing 8 tables.
Reclamation of land.
Oh, thank God! Reclamation of
A flan. That sounds delicious because that makes me think of flan.
What? Have you gotten to do reclamation of land?
I don't think so.
I did, but it's been a while.
Really?
My favorite. It is my favorite of it.
Maybe I have. The cleric would be the one to tell me if I have or haven't. But
so this is Kenobi's favorite mission. Kenobi, can you just feed me some lines that I can tell the audience real quick?
Flan is under attack by a dragon, a green dragon.
A green dragon.
And you basically, the tier 1 group has to stop a golem, I believe. Tier 2 has to stop a vampire, and Tier 3 has to stop the dragon.
Is this the one? So the whole city's under siege from the Red Wizards of Thay, and you have to like. This isn't the one where you have to escape the city, is it?
For too long, the main virulence has held Flan in its grasp. The factions have begun to muster and stand the call of battle throughout the Moonsea. Allies new and old will be called upon to aid their attempts to reclaim the ancient town. Are you one of those few bold enough to call the battle?
I haven't run this one. I haven't played this one. It is a popular.
I can't remember.
It's a popular.
I want to say maybe.
Well, let's go down the list. First off, Zulu's Board Game Cafe is happening this weekend.
Yes.
Which is the calendar day of. It's the 20th. Thank you. We're starting at 10? 11. Danny?
I don't know.
It's 11
11 to 4.
The charity event, $10 entry.
Cool beans.
What's
Thank
the
you.
Griffin reward?
But the Griffin reward. Oh,
What is that?
It's. Oh, I don't want.
So it's something cool?
That is actually something that we can't.
Okay.
We can't talk about.
Yeah.
There's.
Sorry,
I don't know.
John,
I've
we can't
never.
talk about it.
But
now I'm very intrigued.
we don't want to talk.
So, okay.
So
this
first
is what
off,
they do. I don't know about it.
So first
and then
off,
it gets to be a cool surprise for me. So that's cool.
First
I'm cool
off,
with that.
you're killing.
I'm cool with that. I'll be the one with the surprises.
So charity event, it's a $10 entrance fee. We're running 8 tables. We've got a pretty strong DM lineup. What was that?
That was my son text messaging me.
Oh, the tea and the.
I think he got bit by the puppy.
Side note. Zulus.
Yes.
There's also the season 7 open.
Where at?
Zulus.
Oh.
It's a charity event.
Zulus has everything going on. What happened? We went to Pirate Fest. I forget Oh, wow.
Apparently the puppy was playing a little too rough.
Wow.
Puppies tend to do.
So we have the Season 7 Open coming out on this, or the Season 7 Open is happening at Zulus this weekend as well. We've got the charity event being run by Danny, doing the reclamation of land.
I'm excited about the Open.
The Open would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to attend, but the reclamation of land, I've only heard good things about it. Anyone who has mentioned it to me. It's Kenobi's favorite, and cheat codes over here. If he's
cheat
got
codes, he's using nicknames now.
Cheat codes over here. Has pretty strict taste.
I don't know how to stop it.
Blame it on the innie.
I don't know how to make the volume go down on that one.
Oh dear. In the meantime, $10 entrance fee. Come support. We'll talk about it.
And then after the epic, apparently there's a public playtest open for our CCC up at the.
We're doing it. We are.
I think Danny's running it.
Really?
Yeah. Or low.
I'm really just enjoying only catching like 3 words off of that.
The charity is going to Page Ahead.
Perfect, thank you. So the charity event is going to Page Ahead. Page Ahead is a charity that we have donated to before.
Yes.
They provide reading materials and literature for kids. It's a fantastic little thing.
Underprivileged financially, and they help them learn how to read and stuff like that. And it's working on that. They're amazing.
You know what this means?
What's that?
We get more letters.
I know.
That was honestly my favorite.
Yes.
Getting a letter from the kids who got books. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. $10 entrance fee. Danny, are you guys doing $1 rerolls or anything crazy like that?
I believe it is that.
We'll have to wait.
I believe all that is happening.
Danny has to tell me these things. And so
I don't think Danny was able to make it for this stream right now.
I thought he was.
He's working.
Yeah, he's working.
He's DMing me.
Oh, swag. On top of that, so after the epic, after the open, we have a play test for the Cleric Games CCC, our volunteering CCC. So we'll have some news on what happens there.
Yay!
Yes. Not sure who our DM is, but whoever they are, I hope you kill the players. I mean, I hope you.
Whoa!
I hope you enjoy the module.
And I hope you end up eating those words later, Michael.
What are you talking about? I love everything we have. Again, big ups to Lo Pierce. Would not be as far as we are with writing anything without her.
Nope.
So integral part of our whole system.
Love you, Lo.
Yes. She wasn't able to make it to the Pirate Fest. She was sick.
She had some tummy issues.
Yeah.
And she was not feeling good. It was like a flu-ish type of feel. So we hope you feel better. You know, she's back up and moving around today, but we hope you feel better.
Yes.
So that you can come back and party.
Party. Let's see. Following down our doodad, we still have some time to kind of chit chat and meander on things.
Yes.
Let's bring it to let's bring it into some D&D talk.
All right, let's do this. Pull it in, Michael.
So the most popular, well, not the most popular, the most recent book out right now is Ghost of Saltmarsh.
Yes, it is.
I've gotten a DM. I've gotten to play a little. You've gotten to play some.
I've played it. I have not been allowed to read the books because Josh is DMing it for a group of us, and I'm not allowed to touch it, I was told. So I have a copy of it.
Yeah.
I do. I have a copy, and I plan on reading it. But I've been told to stay the f away from it. And I have, and it's been enjoyable though.
That's good.
That I will say, it has been so much fun. We had the last game that we played. We were on the part where you have the lantern. It was a lantern communication.
Yes.
Can I tell this story? I'm not going to tell who it was and who the characters were.
I'm not going to stop you.
But somebody in the group, we had to communicate and learn how we're fight. Come, I forget what other words were used, and come was long, long, long. It was like short, long, long, short, short, were for different things type of a style, right? Like Morse code.
Okay.
So, somebody in our group was he had to pretend to be this certain, he had to do perceptions and all that stuff and lie and everything, to try to get the boat and get them to do what he wanted. And he's like, my name, I believe it was Troy, which wasn't his real character name. He's like, my name's Troy, and I'm here to long, long, long. And I was like, oh my God! The whole table is just falling out of their chairs. I mean, we were fucking crying. It was great. Granted, we had all been drinking and having a good time and eating delicious chili, but it was just perfect time. It was great. It was so great. It was great. One thing I was really sad about is that the group did not want to fight certain people so that I could get a pseudo dragon. I wanted a pseudo dragon. And everybody said, no, Cindy, no. And I said, no.
But
I want it. No, I wasn't like that. But yes, I really wanted it, but it's okay. It's okay.
So
they are, Fritz, they are worth fighting for, and no one else believed in that. I wanted it. It was good. If I almost put the whole team into jeopardy. I was going to be like, screw all y'all, I'm getting this goddamn pseudo dragon. But I didn't. It was the biggest regret of my D&D career.
Well, I'm sorry you regret it. I mean, big ups on not causing, I don't know.
Well, my character, the Triton that we all helped build, Mom, I don't see her doing that. She wouldn't have done it. As badly as she would have wanted to have a pseudo dragon, I don't think she would go against the whole team.
Yeah, that's fair.
For the best of the team.
You could have just pulled them.
What do you mean? First, I just could have pulled them? No, okay, so, not to, ruin it for you guys, spoiler, but it was, against, lizard folk. And so it was either, help the lizard folk or kill them. And everybody chose to help, because we did have a lizard folk character in our group, so he was like, no. And I was like, oh, all right, no, I feel it. I really want the pseudo dragon. And the pseudo dragon was the only way I'm going is if my master dies. And it was I'm going to kill him. But I couldn't. I know. But that's something to look forward to.
That's awesome.
I know.
So you've been enjoying it then?
I have. I really have. As I know, Fritz, free pet. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But it was really fun, playing as a Triton. I've had such a blast. There is a sea elf in our group, and we get along just fine.
It's good.
Yes,
good.
we get along just fine, and we have been very convincing when trying to get people to join the cause. But my Triton is has tried to be convincing. I think we were playing the epic, and I think I was told, oh, there's a group of people of adventurers, and I was like trying to get everybody to like sacrifice a dagger for the cause to like convince them to join, and everyone's like, oh, okay, so now go to all the tables. I'm like, I can't. I'm like trying to wrap it around my brain, like how to get this dynamic to work. Because they're like, we don't have weapons. And I was like, well,
I'll give you some.
everyone's got a free dagger. Just put the goddamn daggers out. Let's give it to them. I know
exactly what you're referencing.
Yes.
We're not allowed to talk about that stuff, though.
No, not too much of it. That's why I just said what I said.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
But we get to play chapter 4 or 5 tonight, where we storm the boat. I'm excited about that.
That's chapter 4, salvage operation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran salvage operation at the Pirate Fest this weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
How did that go?
It was terribly awesome.
Good.
So one of the things that I've been enjoying with Saltmarsh is like they have a lot of different creatures in a lot of different spots. So at no point do I feel like it's stale. Like if you're like going on like a kobold campaign, you're just fighting kobolds. And then in Ghost of Saltmarsh, I'm like, okay, well then you just, I don't know, maybe just fight fish, but it's just a...
You're just fighting everything. There's all kinds of things that are coming. I mean, there is undead.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a weird brain, what are they called? Brain thing with the spine.
Oh,
that come
Grick.
out.
I think it's called a Grick.
A Grick?
Am I right? The brain thing with the...
You got a hair.
You got a hair.
I'm helping.
Thank you.
Ah.
Brain thing with a spine? What's the brain thing with a spine?
I can't remember. Does anybody know what the name of those are? I can't remember the name of those right now.
Do they have a beak or no?
I don't. It's just a brain.
Wait a second. I thought the one with the beak and the brain and the tendon thing, I thought that was called a Grick.
I think it is called a Grick. I don't know. It was during the epic test play that we were done.
Name that!
That is a Grick.
Oh my god, okay, you're totally right.
No.
That looks exactly like I was talking about.
It is, but that's not it. It looks like a flower thing.
I think
what about flumps? Is that what it is?
No, it's not a flump. Flumps are adorable.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're
I don't
not
know, whatever
adorable.
they are, I've never heard of them. I've never seen them.
I'll have to show
you.
And
well, I'm talking about the brain thing.
Yeah.
And that sounds freaking terrifying.
I feel it.
And I was just like, what is this? I mean, you're running into all kinds of weird shit in Saltmarsh.
And that's something that I've been really enjoying with the book.
Yes, it's had a lot of diversity in it.
Yeah, so having all of that's really fun. I think it challenges the players a lot. It gives me the opportunity to come up with these like tactical plays with my monsters that challenge the players in certain ways, and that's been fun. And I've been liking the environment. I like the sea. I like the coast. I
am enjoying the dynamic of the ocean because I've never played a character that has been off land.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the fact that my character can swim, and she can have an option of either sitting on the boat or like and I have her at this point. I have her as an assassin. She's at a level 4 right now. She's an assassin, and then we're going to put her up to fighter at 5th level. So she could be an assassin fighter that we're working on. And she is pretty crazy. And I'm really enjoying putting her in there. Yes, Red Irish Rose. I did do my own hair. I've been doing this since like high school. It's been a while.
Jelly.
But anyways, but yeah, I've been enjoying swimming because it's something completely different. I've never done anything like that, and like getting to kind of like rogue in the water, like it's cool. I've never done it.
I'll talk about that.
I can't wait to fly. That one next season when we get the chance to fly. People kind of know that if they've been watching.
Talk about it at Gen Con.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like.
I'm just saying.
I think it's great.
Yeah, you get to fly.
Danny wants me to mention to you guys to check out Warporn for the epic stealth and playtest.
That's right. I'll put a pin in it, but I'll have that circled. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to kind of encountering in Saltmarsh? Like, not knowing anything in the story, what's something that, like, you know, is there stuff that you're, like, excited to kind of encounter or see?
So one thing I do regret is I wish I would have taken some sort of feat to, like, be able to navigate, like, actually, like, drive something, because I really wish I could drive a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Or a ship. What?
The mariner background in Saltmarsh gives you both proficiency in land and vehicle.
I know, but we went with Urchin, remember? I know.
You're not 5th level yet.
For those of you guys that may not know, you can change every aspect of your character, except for the name, up until the 5th level. Or I think it's actually, when you turn 5th level, you can change anything you want in the moment.
I know, but I think I get some really cool, like, bonuses with the Urchin, if I remember correctly, especially for what I'm looking for my stealthiness. I'm just saying. You know, I know that I know it's really cool. And nobody else in the freaking group can steer a boat, and so I think it would be really beneficial if I could do that.
I think having a lack of experience in steering a boat would be really fun to role play. I don't think you should.
Yes, Fritz,
feel bad
you did.
About it.
You did, Fritz.
Oh.
I wish there was music to play, like, where it was like me longingly looking past the cameras, and it was just the music, and we're zooming into my face.
It would be Fritz being like, you know, you should probably consider boat proficiency. And we're like, nah. I love Fritz. Fritz is pretty good. I got a
solution for you.
What do you got?
Take 250 downtime days and 1 gold per day to learn a new profession or a skill.
All right, so here's the plan.
Okay. So what's the plan?
So to learn a skill, it's 150 downtime days and a gold per day. 250. It's 250 downtime days. So that's, I mean.
Dude, there's so much freaking gold to be had in Saltmarsh.
Yes, but we can use it's 250 gold, 250 downtime days, pre-skill.
I mean, if the people that I'm playing with at the table, everyone in the DM agree with like allowing me to do so,
What'll happen?
I'll have to talk to the guys, see what they have to say.
Talk to the boys.
Talk to the boys.
Yeah, talk to the boys.
See what they have to say, because you know, why wouldn't that be a good idea?
Yeah. So you want to drive a boat?
I do. I really want to drive a boat. I think that'd be so much fun. But the thing is, like, how do I make it make sense for my Triton? I mean, I guess there's always manipulations in your background that you can fix it like that. But that would be fun.
In my mind, I'm imagining a Triton who's driving a boat and is like making comments about like land creatures, like how they would design it. Like, I would have put a fin on the boat rather than, you know, a rudder or what have you, and like. I imagine your Triton like just. I wish I was strong enough so I could just push on it
and just fucking fish my way, like swim my way and like push the ship. And I'd be like, hold on, let me be your propeller. But there's nothing. I don't think I'm that strong.
I think you're that strong. You go
in real life, Mikey, I might be that strong, but I don't think my Triton in the fantasy world is.
That's fair.
But what about you? What are you looking forward to, Mikey? What are you looking forward to?
So I've spoiled a lot of the book, so I know a lot that's in there. Something that I'm looking forward to is some of the encounters that the book presents to the players. Some of the water combat, a lot of players don't get experience kind of being in. So that's a fun challenge to present with players. I like the story arc that the book is kind of going in. Some of it I've changed a little bit because I think it makes more sense. I don't want to do any spoilers, but
please don't, because I haven't read for that reason.
Once you get towards kind of the end content of the book, as a DM, I think it gives me a lot of power to kind of challenge players and have fun with certain aspects, and something that I love is people take skills that they wouldn't normally take, mainly because you're in a completely new environment, and being able to kind of be creative with these new skills. I think it's made players better players, and kind of broaden their thoughts and their horizons on what they can do in the game, and that's been really cool. What I am hoping for is more content with Saltmarsh from the Dungeon Masters Guild. I like
other people's content and just kind of see what they've created out of it. Fritz asked a really good question here. He says, can you explain the water combat and how that works? There was a section of Critical Role where they fought a little underwater, but how are you guys finding it to work and its approachability for newer players?
So, DMing that. Okay, so this is
as an underwater creature, it hasn't really had any issues. Normally, everybody else is on a boat. So where I've seen that there's some issues is where if they get knocked off the boat and then have to get back onto the boat or something like that. It's a lot of athletic and acrobatic checking, I would have to say, is what's been going on.
For me, because I've encountered a lot of scenarios where the players are fully submerged.
See, I don't think I've had too much water combating.
For that, it's as a DM, to make that kind of smooth and fun and not too horribly technical. So the rules in underwater combat, you move unless you have a swim speed. So if you're a Triton or a creature that has swim speed, there's not a lot of penalties that are going to happen. Otherwise, you're looking at difficult terrain, so you're moving at half speed. You're looking at disadvantage with a lot of weapons. So in the player's handbook, can you tell me what page they talk about underwater combat? In the player's handbook, and we'll get the page to you in a minute, they talk about there's a list of weapons that you would attack with disadvantage. Think like a double-handed battle axe underwater. It's not really designed for that kind of environment.
Yeah.
And like a bow, like shooting a bow.
I have shot a crossbow.
Crossbows, those are totally fine. Those work.
Those haven't had any difficulty, which it's been very beneficial to have one of those.
Yeah.
And I have a spear, I believe, that I've had to use in water combat before with a different character, and I had a little bit more advantage than some other characters that were fighting things because the spear is a little bit more.
It's more or less designed. Or like there's also like the Tritons and.
Yeah. You would have thought
right.
You would have thought my Triton would have had a Triton, but we didn't. A Triton was a Triton.
Man, put Triton on me though. So it can get a little difficult with like in terms of like weapons. I'm still finding the page for you. But so the next element is going to be your spatial awareness, right? When you're in the water, you can go like, up, down. You've got all of the dimensions that you can kind of freely move in. And there's holding your breath, which is something that I'll approach in a minute. An easy way for me to kind of move creatures or players and monsters around the board and give it so it makes sense, is I use a D6, and that tells me the depth of where they are towards to sea level, I guess.
Okay.
It can get a bit messy when you have like players on top of players.
Now this is your method of doing
this is my method. This is what I found that works pretty well.
This is what Mikey does for his games. Okay.
And you just kind of, if you imagine your speed is halved, you're flying. You use a D6 or a D10.
Like unless you have a swim speed, then you would have to figure that out.
So most critters who have a speed of 30, they're down to 15. The only moment that I really kind of push in, like holding your breath, if I recall correctly, it's like your con modifier is the amount of minutes you can be underwater. So unless the characters are presented in a way that they are underwater for an extended period of time. I don't worry too much about them holding their breath. I kind of let that go.
Underwater has falling rules. When making a melee attack, a creature that does not have a swimming speed, either natural or granted by magic, has disadvantage on attack rolls, unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short spear,
spear or trident.
Short sword, spear, or trident.
Oh, sweet! You have it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a ranged weapon attack automatically misses the target beyond the weapon's normal range. Even if the target is within normal range, the attack roll has disadvantage unless it's a crossbow, net, or a weapon that's thrown like a javelin. And then if they're fully immersed, they have resistance to fire. There's nothing in there about half swim speed. This is from D&D Beyond, so there might be something else.
This is from D&D Beyond.
Okay. You might want to. Yeah, I think they have another section where it's movement. I think it's treated as difficult terrain unless you have a swim speed. I think that's what it is.
Well, Fritz also, thank you, Fritz, for this little update. In case for boat skill, he said that you can even lead into feats like prodigy or skilled. Mm-hmm. That's a good suggestion. Thank you. I'll look into that.
One of my favorite, because you're a bard. Bards. Classes, bards. Bards are my favorite class because they have capabilities where you can pick up like extra skills and whatnot.
Right.
And the skilled feats, I think you get to pick 3. You'll double check me on that. You get to pick 3 skills and you become proficient in, and you can like swap them for languages and stuff. I really like it.
What level is that?
So whenever you hit 4th level, you can forego a stat increase. And
that's right. Yes.
Or if you play the variant human at 1st level, you get to start with an extra feat.
I don't ever play any humans.
I'm
already a human.
I'm already Juan.
I want to play something else when I play.
What's your favorite bard college?
Oh, lore. Hands down.
Lore's been my favorite.
So I've thought about this a lot in terms of building a bard, right? I think this really goes down to the player. So there's
See, Fritz gets me. Why humans? It's a fantasy game. Do the fantasy.
Amen,
brother. Amen.
I like playing.
You like playing humans, but that's fine. I mean, I like going across the board of all kinds of things.
No, I'm not saying like I also love playing half orcs. Those are another favorite of mine.
I have not tried that yet.
I freaking
Z played a half orc. Bard, which was really crazy fun because he had a roll for that. So that's really cool. Look at that. Oh my God, Mikey, he thinks you're the coolest.
But half orcs are another favorite of mine, mainly because of the story of half orcs and kind of like their culture and stuff. I like half orcs. And then I like humans. I think that's because I like to roleplay.
You like humans because of the feats. Let's be honest.
Not specifically. Now,
no.
Now, Blue Feather is not a variant human. Blue Feather has the +1 in every stat because you just get 14s across the board.
Because Blue Feather is just ridiculous.
Blue Feather is ridiculous.
Or for the feats.
Yeah, for the feats.
Remember, Blue Feather's always losing a boot, so that is another reason.
I remember, my favorite boot. I had to walk barefoot for a while. Oh, my favorite boot.
Fantastic.
That was a fun game. And then when Blue Feather hits 4th level, I don't get the stat boost. I usually pick up skilled. So Blue Feather again can do anything.
Yes.
Well enough. So, but because I as a player, I like to play characters that are like they're not min-maxy. I like to play characters that make sense in my head rather than having them being like powerful. Like Blue Feather, him having +2s across the board, like there's a way that you could change him so that he's proficient in a certain way or whatever. but the character in my head, it doesn't look that way. It's the same with like when I play a wizard. The skills that I'll pick aren't really attuned for what they would be the best at. It's more about the backstory of the character that comes.
Yeah, me too. No, I would totally agree with that because a lot of my characters don't. If you're thinking about like getting the ultimate out of your character, some people are like, "Why would you do that?" And I'm like looking at it like, "Yeah, why would I do that?" And then I'm like remembering like, "Oh wait, that's right, because this was their story, and so this is what I wanted them to do, and this is what made sense to their story."
So
it might not always be the smartest choice. But there's a reason behind it.
I get a lot of backlash from all of our pre-mades. Primarily because I made the pre-mades. There are typos.
Yeah.
Yes, I did that.
Hey, you know, Wizards got some typos. Everybody's got their typos. It happens.
But beyond that, the characters aren't. The characters are all designed with a backstory in mind. So, like, who Blue Feathers, who the Cleric, who the Rogue is, et cetera, et cetera. It's all...
Which you still have not made any of my characters, but that's cool, I'm glad Josh got a characters out there, dude. That's cool.
I don't have my picture on my character sheet, though.
That's cool.
And so... But I get a lot of rap for it. Now, on that...
You see, Ben? That's cool.
On that, it is devastating because when I build my character, like, I don't do a lot of damage... Things like that, and it can feel really underwhelming and devastating.
But it is interesting to see other people play Blue Feather.
It really is.
It's interesting to see other people play. That's why I want you to make mine, because I want to see what other people translate into their own version of that character. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to see that, because even for the Cleric, to see different people play.
I like it. I've seen the Cleric in many different
lights.
Yes. It's been fantastic.
Some of them play him super evil and bad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because that's what he looks like in the picture.
Because we have the Cleric, his picture on the front page, like on his character sheet.
Like the actual human picture, yeah.
Yes. And so they'll look at it, and then they'll look at the Cleric, and then they'll look at it, and they're like, is that the guy? Is that him? Is this the guy?
And then he's in the armor.
Yeah.
It's the best.
So then people are like, is he evil? I was like, he can be whatever you want him to be. Okay.
And then sometimes when they don't play him evil, I think I played him once. And I think I played him like not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed. I played the Cleric one time as a scaredy cat. That's what he is.
That does happen with us, you know what I mean? I could see that. Yeah. That's fantastic.
It was
only you and I would with him like that. Yeah. And I think he was DMing too when I played him.
It might have been It was fun because something would jump out and I'd have stuff in my hand and be like, oh! Sorry guys, I'm the Cleric. I'll run in the middle of everything and I'm super tanky, but I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I've taken 1 point of damage. I'll blow all my healing spells.
Oh my god.
So, that is really fun to see people play some of the characters in their own light and see how it goes.
Yeah.
But
I think we should move on to what's coming up. So, Summer RPG 2019.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Summer of RPG 2019. This is our hashtag, isn't it? This is
I mean, it could be anybody's hashtag.
It could be your hashtag.
Yeah, I mean, it's for everybody to use. I think the Cleric just wanted us to kind of push it because that's where we're putting a lot of our stuff into, and we want to kind of see what you're doing. So please, if you're going to be playing game this summer of 2019, hashtag Summer 2019.
Hashtag Summer of RPG 2019.
Oh, that's right. There you go.
There's summer in it.
Yeah. I'm still trying to catch up on sleep from the weekend.
Oh, I am too.
Ooh.
It was a hoot.
It was a hoot. And it's not even close to being done.
No, it is not.
Every Tuesday, we have Cleric Talk. We are working on maybe adding one more day. We are working on, Ben, getting our reruns so that if you are at work, we will play it again.
Kenobi said.
But you won't be able to chat with it. You can add into the chat, right? I believe is what you could do is kind of add to it, but it's not live really. It's just a rerun.
Something like that.
Something like that. But we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for right now, we have it for Tuesdays, starting at 1 o'clock.
1 p.m.
Yeah.
Also, you might notice that we've been talking for quite some time. And that is because we are extending kind of the length of the show.
2 hours.
Basically.
Not 1 hour, but 2 hours. That's
I'm sorry.
1 plus 1 equals 2 hours of this greatness right here.
Oh, thank you.
And then Ben. Add Ben.
All Ben.
Ben.
All Ben.
Ben Kenobi.
Ben Kunobe-san. Where were we at when we started talking about characters?
Well, no, and then we're finishing about Summer of RPG. We got every Tuesday, Cleric Talk, and then coming up, if you have time, try to look for me. And in the next couple of weeks, I will let you know what my schedule is. So maybe you can tune in to catch me and see what I'm doing over at Gen Con up in Indianapolis, and then switch back to Renaissance Fair. See what's going on at Renaissance Fair with Cleric Games. Yeah, come visit us. Please come by and play. Come and eat the food. Come and see what it is in person. It is amazing. Amazing?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Come and have some drinks with us at the tavern.
That's the thing. We're going to be playing in the tavern.
Oh my God! And we might have a big surprise of a special DM that might come and do one special DMing for us. It's one of the guys that wrote a module.
Oh!
And
really?
It might only be for one weekend.
But still.
I know I'm not supposed to speak in mights and maybes, but I don't want to give away the surprise. It is a surprise, and I want to keep you in suspense. So come out, because we have some really great things lined up and some really good surprises that we want you to come and see. And I think we'll release even more of it coming closer to the date when we can have everything kind of solidified a little bit harder in stone. Have everything written in stone and make sure that it's for sure. But it is in the making and the works. And it is something really amazing, and we're going to do it in the tavern. For sure in the tavern. We are for sure, I know in one of the taverns, the something troll. The hammer troll.
Hammer troll. Oh,
the hammer troll. That one is going to be amazing. More about the Gen Con schedule. It is rolling out. I just got an email that is seeing what the schedule is going to be for the setup of hosting for its FYI on a side note.
Because they keep giving you more and more stuff.
They're still working they're still ironing out their stuff too on the scheduling, and I will definitely get that out to you. I do have, let me see 1 second, I will tell you right now what I will be doing with Rudy with Maze Arcana. That is going to be...
That is something that is super cool.
Yeah, that is really, really exciting.
I might be a little bit jelly, but I'm really glad that you get to go. I'm really glad that people are going to get to see you. I
will be flying out on Wednesday.
Okay.
And on Thursday morning from 10 to 12, we will be doing the Inkwell Tip of the Quill live stream.
Nice.
So that's the one that's going to be taking place in Everon with a 5e adventure. So that one I'm really excited to be a part of. That one, it's so cool. I mean, I've watched them before I ever got to know Rudy, and then wow, that's so cool. And now I finally get to be part of that. And that is really exciting. And vicariously, we're all there together, Mikey.
I know.
We're all there together. I mean, without you, I wouldn't be able to be over there, because your participation in making all this happen with Cleric Games and making this happen is what's helped me get out there.
Maze Arcana was
Rudy Rutenberg, and he's amazing, and he's done nothing but be helpful and help out Cleric Games, and we really appreciate everything that he's done.
He was inspiration for a lot of the content that we had been working on for a while. And
we hope on doing more projects with him and helping out with that.
Yeah.
So Q song, It Takes Two. August 2nd from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is when we're going to be doing the Masters of Roleplay, designing complex characters and bringing them to life. It is a Q&A.
I'm gonna be in on that, dude. Somehow
Yeah, I hope that you show up even somehow, I don't know, like
digitally somehow. I want to get in on that. Or if we know anyone that's going to Gen Con and we can put me on speakerphone.
Please, if you're going, let us know.
That would be fantastic.
Yes. But that's going to be fun. The rest of the schedules I will be hosting. I don't know. Those will be coming out soon. Like I said, I believe I got an email and I have to go through that and I will confirm all that next week.
That's dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Michael, I can FaceTime you in. Oh, Fritz, are you going to be there, Fritz? Fritz, are you going to be there?
You should just come play D&D at Shane's tomorrow and meet him and his wife.
Oh, Fritz, then we have to meet so that way I'm not I mean, I know Rudy and I know I'm going to get to know some people there, but it would be nice to know people already before going out to a faraway land that I've never ventured to before.
So do you want to set the date? I mean, is Fritz going to be at Shane's tomorrow?
Yeah, no, see, Fritz, we keep talking about having to get the pets together, but we got to figure this out now before then.
This is
That's for sure true. So that way I can get you to come and join us for Ren Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can talk more about Fritz's Kickstarter.
Yes.
Dungeon
I would like
Craft.
to actually talk to him in person and hear it from the horse's mouth of the information of what is going on over there, and what his Kickstarter is all about. That would be great. Maybe in Reddit Fair, we would love to give you an interview.
I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to have Fritz kind of come on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk some shenanigans. We have the pups play.
Yes. Oh, he's got Resin RPG Hero minis too. So yeah, Fritz, we got to get you in. So more with hashtag
Summer of RPG 2019.
So besides that, I think the last thing on that list is Dragonflight.
Yes.
That's the overlapping. That's the last weekend where we will lose the cleric. He says he'll be jumping back and forth, but again, I will say it. I think the only time he's going to come back is when it's time to come back, take a nap in the tent, and then pack up.
Probably. I'm not going to lie. I mean, comfy bed in the Bellevue Hotel versus...
I don't think he's getting that because he's going to be part of the 24-hour thing. I think he's planning on staying up all night.
Okay, that's...
If he was here, I would ask him, but he's in and out right now, so I can't guarantee he's going to answer us in the chat. But I'm pretty sure he says he's going to be... He says his goal is to be there up all night in the middle of the night and then switch back over to Ren Fair. But I'm like, we're going to be coming back from the tavern after a night of fiasco, saying goodbye to the crew of Ren Fair, and then I'm going to probably be snoring loudly from all the mead drinking and asleep.
That was one of my favorite things about like coming to or at the end of the Pirate Fest was because I snore in my sleep. And so Danny and I had our conversation until super late, and then I get back and like the whole place is like this cacophony of snores. Huh?
You snore?
I'm a snorer. We don't need to talk about that.
Ben's trying to put them all blast.
I don't want to hear nothing from you, Ben. Mr. I was at a wedding. Mr. Look at me in my flip flops. Mr. I'm wearing a nice shirt today.
Drive down to Bend, Oregon.
Mr. I get stuck in traffic. I don't want to hear nothing about you. But yeah, everyone was snoring, and because I'm embarrassed about my snoring.
You're.
No, it's like it doesn't. I don't sound like that.
Yeah, somewhat.
I sound like
a man version of that.
What's that sound? Sorry, what's that?
A little deeper.
A little louder.
A little Mona Lisa louder.
I don't think so. Better over here with Mona.
Don't be ready if you're gonna camp with us. Just be ready.
I'll go to sleep last.
For some odd noises, and then you're like, "What if someone No one's doing anything.
It is a
Michael is sleeping.
It's a sleep condition.
Watch the pencil.
It's a sleep condition. Mr. Who also.
Look at Ben over
You know, just got the headphones on. That's cool.
No, I have. I might as well talk. We got time. I might as well talk about it. So this spans back to a lot of funny stories. So I have. It's a term for it's a sleeping disorder.
I moan too much disorder.
That's not too much. I moan in my sleep, and so there are times where I will be asleep and I will snore and then moan and then snore and then moan, and that'll go back and forth for a little bit, and then I'll just go quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember what convention we were at. We were sharing our hotel room.
I want to say before OrcaCon. It
Maybe.
was something before OrcaCon. Maybe it was the last Dragon Flight that we went to.
It might have been.
I think it was last year's Dragon Flight.
It was me, you, and the cleric. And it was like 7:00 in the morning. The alarm goes off. And I woke up and I hit the thing. We're all awake, and within moments, like all you hear is,
oh my, yeah, it was really bad. This was when his fiance was pregnant.
Yeah, I was
and
getting
then
ready to have a
rolling
baby.
into already being a father. But as he's been in fatherhood now, it's lessened.
Yeah,
it's
like a
back to
moan.
normal snoring Mikey.
Yeah, it's like a half moon.
It comes out once in a while.
Yeah.
But during this time, it was very prominent.
Yeah. All I remember is in the morning, Cindy's like, do you know what I heard last night? I'm like, what? And she goes, and I was like, oh, what was? And then it dawned on me that you were talking about me.
You thought I was talking about like the neighbors or something? Like doing the nasty or what?
Yeah. And
Bumping
I
uglies?
was like,
no.
Oh no. Because everyone we were camping with, like, I don't tell anyone. You know. So there's just me
but just
in the
be ready.
center of camp.
And I have to say, this Pirate Festival, I think you were the loudest snorer on the campground.
My nose got clogged. That's the excuse I'm using.
I'm going to capture that audio. My nose got clogged.
My nose got clogged. Can we have that as like our new subscriber sound?
Yes.
We're like, hi, welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. My nose got clogged.
I guess we could talk more about this during Sublero. Which
Yeah.
shout out to Dirty Mike and Sassy for even teaching us that.
Oh,
and
no.
the cookie sheet.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Shout out to them for that.
I
So
remember...
we'll talk more about that. Wait! Red Irish Rose, who we know who that is, says that she also does the moaning. And is this true? I know. Does she moan though?
Me.
She teaches in her sleep.
She teaches in her sleep? Damn, that's devotion. That's being a devoted fucking teacher, being like, now children.
But she's like yelling at kids because they're not listening.
Yes! She's yelling because they don't listen. That is why I would never.
Listen, Linda.
Linda, listen.
Linda, listen.
No, listen. All right. I think it's about time we move to confessionals.
I think it is time to move to confessionals.
I may have forgotten my confession. Oh, wait. There was one thing we didn't talk about was the war horn. I have it circled. That's an important thing. So, the main, I don't want to call it a program. The main website that we use, it's .net. Warhorn, or is it .com?
No, it's .net.
.net.
Yeah, warhorn.net.
Perfect. So the website that we use for a lot of our scheduling, both for DMs to volunteer to DM our games and for players to sign up and secure a seat, is warhorn.net.
Yes.
It's been a really nice kind of scheduling website
for the DMs, for the admin, HQ, players.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good website to get everything kind of in one place.
It's free.
It allows you to roll it out in increments of allowing you to have certain people sign up so that things aren't chaos You have to have like sign up to get approved by the person that's running it. So I mean, it's very organized. It's very nice.
So this weekend there's the charity events, the opens. We have a play test. All three of these games. If you are in the Seattle, Bothell, Tacoma, if you're in the Pacific Northwest and it's something that you would like to come and check out and hang out with us, warhorn.net, that's the place you want to go to. And,
that's what we use the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Right now, just to announce that Dragonflight does have their own page sign up, and we're having some integrating issues with it, but we are working on them and ironing them out. At least the cleric himself, he has been really trying to get a handle on it, and I mean, I give him a lot of thank you for having patience and making it work, because he does use the Warhorn because it allows us to kind of keep our end of the side of what we do on our organization side of it working and flowing properly. But then I know Dragonflight likes to have their own calendar system, so he's trying to integrate everything as best as he can. And I want to say thank you, honey, for just really trying to get it all together, because we know that kind of stuff can get frustrating when it doesn't necessarily work to integrate each other just easily, like some AI computer system that's designed to do it. He's literally trying to do it himself. So, I thank you.
Thank you.
But that's warhorn.net ultimately is our main base of where we announce things on the Adventures League Facebook, whether it's the regular Adventures League, we announce some of the stuff, but a lot of the local, we try to stick to the Seattle one, which is heavily ran by DT, which thank you, DT, for monitoring the page and keeping everything organized for us. We do a lot of things there, but warhorn.net is ultimately you can find the calendars. Yeah. So, confession. Yes. I think we're there. I think it is time for confession.
Yes. Do you want to go first?
I have a lot of things to confess. I don't know.
I thought I had a confession, but I'm drawing a super.
Okay. So, first confession is I drank quite a bit on Saturday.
Yeah.
And had a really good time.
Yeah.
I learned about Tortuga and some of these other pirate events.
Yeah, which we've been invited to.
Yes, which if this is a major confession right now.
Oh no.
So
earmuffs for the children.
If you are underage, these are major earmuffs. But I've heard you could be topless, like top is optional.
Yeah.
And my biggest confession is I think I'm gonna try being comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go topless.
All right.
I'm excited.
I guess I'll have to.
I'm sure you'll have to go topless with me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there will be quite a bit of air and meat consumed to make sure that the comfortability level stays at peak.
Peak comfortability.
No pun intended.
All pun intended.
But that would have to be my confession, is I think I want to explore my feminism and go topless
at a pirate festival.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable with my body.
Yeah,
comfortable with my body, but walking around I've walked around with pasties before. I have had pasties before, but from what I know, pasties are not.
It's not the same.
It's not. You don't have to. And I think I'm gonna try. That's a heavy confession.
That's a super confession.
That's yeah.
My confession is going to be that I got something. I can think of something. I'm smart. What did I do? What did I do bad?
You confessed a lot of things already. You were allowed at the campsite.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
How about you talk more about your dangerous curves thing?
Oh no!
You confess that to Katie because she has no idea since you chose to not come home and tell her about how you got punished for sins.
So dangerous curves. We mentioned them earlier. They're kind of an improv punish people thing. They were hilarious and fantastic. I got pulled up on stage. And they stripped down a little. And they talk dirty to me with baby voices.
Baby talk.
Oh yeah, my widow beefy.
Yes.
Oh no, it was so uncomfortable.
They were like saying things like, "Oh, I'm wetting my widow panties," and things like that, and it was very vulgar, but
I'm a dad. I'm a new dad.
It was so fantastically entertaining because the redness in Mikey's face. And like the continuousness that they kept going with it
felt like forever.
I was crying from laughter. And I think everybody else there, I think yours was one of the most like hard laughed at.
Okay.
I think because everybody was dying.
I was deaf up on stage.
You just blinked out, didn't you?
Did.
You went you had one of those moments where it's like, ee, and like whatever's happening is just happening.
They recorded it.
They did. I hope to God they put it up and we get to watch. And if they put it up, I'm going to ask for approval if we can borrow it so that we can also play it because we have the Cleric and you, which the Cleric, he put me under, he was supposed to do a erotic dance for me and remove items of things, and he put me under his robe.
That was probably one of the funniest moments. He was like, good dance. Oh, because they had the whole
everybody,
like,
it was like a round, like you know, in choir, like if you played choir, everyone was like had to do like one part, and everyone had their different parts in there.
My favorite was they were like, okay, you guys are gonna be rhythm, and it was our section, and I was like, I have no rhythm.
But it was very easy. They made it very easy.
Yeah.
And it was fun, most of all fun. But yes, you were baby talked. Yeah. And then were you spanked? Did they spank you? I don't remember. They spanked you. I think they spanked every Larry that went up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Everybody was a Larry except there was one. The first guy.
The first Larry was really Larry.
It was Larry. Yeah. It was great. And then if you were gonna say your real name, she'd say she didn't give a shit and that your name is Larry.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I wish I could put up. Ben, can you get the autograph and I could try to like see if I could show it on camera that they gave me, the picture that they signed for me?
I know where you put it.
It's right over there on top of that pink box.
But they were
box,
hilarious.
Like my makeup box.
Ah.
Don't get dirty. I don't keep one of those to the side. Although I wish I did sometimes. Oh wait, it's still confession time. I could say this.
No, it's not. No, that's not how it goes. Thank you. Oh God, yeah. Here, do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
So
you can.
These lovely.
You're gonna want to get up and like lean.
Okay. So these lovely ladies, if you can see them, can they see them, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. So these two lovely ladies, who you could see, and they're what is this time period again?
They're Georgian.
Georgian.
Raise it up a little bit. There you go.
So it says on here, Cindy, good luck with all your Larrys. They suck. XOXO. Persephone and Genevieve. I love them.
They were fantastic.
Like I said, I had a talk with them, and if all goes well, which I really think it will, they will come to the studio and do an interview. And I will have them do a bit of their improv, I think. I think we should just have them in pure character the whole time. Yeah. I think that would be great because they're the entertainment.
My favorite.
Just be ready. Just be ready.
My favorite was like they had a lot of like dick jokes, and so they make a joke and like not the whole crowd would get it, and they'd be like, "Oh, there you go," and they would just start rambling off like dirty words until the crowd started.
I got everything, and I would just be crying, and they were always like, "She gets it," and I'm like, "Yes, I do."
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad, because at first when we first got there, we were sitting in the back, and we were like, "Okay, F this, let's go to the front."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We wanted to make sure that we were up there and up close and personal.
That's probably my favorite moment of most of the fair, like being on break was that.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, it has come to be that time of the day. Please, if you are on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, give us a follow on all 3, 1, 2, I don't care. Just anything, we would appreciate it. It all works the same for us because that's just you showing us the love that you give, and I appreciate that love. Subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Facebook. And again, show us your pictures of your RPG of #SummerRPG 2019. Yeah. I'm Cindy, High Priestess 710.
I'm Michael, the Bard Creative.
Thanks for tuning in. You have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, gotta go to dance and thing.